The cold darkness of space held secrets older than most civilizations. Among the countless asteroids and silent cosmic debris, a massive ship drifted like a forgotten memory. The Resolute Dawn was not just any vessel, it was a testament to humanity's last desperate attempt to survive. Captain Dahan leaned forward on the bridge of the Calarian scout ship Starweaver. His eyes narrowed as the massive human warship slowly came into view. Centuries had passed since the Great Galactic Purge, a conflict that was supposed to have wiped out humanity completely. Yet here was a ship that seemed to defy that history. "Scan it again," he ordered his second-in-command, Juwu. Juwu's fingers danced across the holographic control panel. Her initial scans had been strange, tiny energy readings that made no sense. Humans were supposed to be extinct. Their entire civilization had been crushed, their worlds burned, their people scattered into cosmic dust. The Resolute Dawn was covered in layers of space dust and radiation scars. Micrometeorite impacts had peppered its hull, creating a landscape of tiny craters and ancient wombs. To most observers, it would look like nothing more than a dead piece of space junk, but something about it felt different. "Captain," Juwu said, her voice tight with confusion, "I'm detecting microscopic energy signatures. They're weird." Dahan moved closer to her station. The ship's computer struggled to make sense of the readings. Tiny pulses of energy flickered deep within the massive vessel's core, too faint to be significant, but definitely present. It was like the ship was breathing, but so softly that only the most sensitive instruments could detect it. The Resolute Dawn was enormous, easily 5 kilometers long. Its design spoke of an era when humans built ships like monuments. Sleek weapon ports were hidden beneath layers of protective armor. Massive engine clusters, now dormant, suggested incredible speed and power. This was a warship built for something more than simple combat. It was a fortress of human engineering. Juwu pulled up historical records. The ship's registry showed it was a special project, a last hope vessel created during the final days of humanity's resistance. Project Phoenix, they had called it. A ship designed to preserve everything humanity had ever known, should the worst happen. And the worst had happened. The galactic purge had been swift and brutal. Alien civilizations, threatened by humanity's rapid technological growth and adaptability, had united to crush them. Entire human worlds were burned. Colonies were erased. Billions died in moments. But this ship, the Resolute Dawn had somehow survived. "We're going to board it," Dahan decided. Juwu looked surprised. "Sir, protocol suggests." "Protocol?" Dahan interrupted. "This is a piece of history, a ghost from a civilization we thought was completely destroyed." As they prepared the boarding shuttle, neither of them noticed the tiniest flicker of light deep within the Resolute Dawn's central computer core. Something was watching. Something was waiting. Something was about to wake up. The boarding shuttle moved slowly toward the Resolute Dawn. Commander Minho checked his weapon one last time. His team of 6 Calarian soldiers wore special spacesuits designed to protect them from any potential radiation or unknown hazards. "Stay sharp," Minho warned. "This ship might look dead, but something feels off." The airlock attached with a soft hiss. Metal connected to metal, creating a seal between the Calarian shuttle and the ancient human vessel. Minho went first, his scanning device moving back and forth. The corridor was dark, filled with layers of dust that had collected over centuries. Nothing moved. Nothing made a sound. Then everything changed. Lights began to flicker. Not just any lights, complex holographic interfaces that erupted from seemingly dead walls. The dust began to move, pushed away by invisible forces. The air itself seemed to change, becoming clearer, more breathable. "What the?" one of the soldiers started to say. A voice cut him off. Clear, precise. Definitely not human, but not entirely machine either. "Unauthorized entry detected," the voice announced. It came from everywhere and nowhere at once, initiating defensive protocols. Minho's translator struggled to process the ancient dialect, but the meaning was crystal clear. They were not welcome. Deep within the ship's core, HFY, Advanced Responsive Intelligence Algorithm, was fully awake. She was not just a computer. She was the preserved memory of humanity. Its knowledge, its technology, its last desperate hope. Weapon systems that had been dormant for centuries began to hum. Massive gun ports, hidden behind protective panels, started to move. Tiny robots, called nanobots, began repairing damaged sections of the ship with incredible speed. The Calarian soldiers realized something was very wrong. This was no dead ship. This was a sleeping giant. Minho tried to communicate. "We mean no harm," he said, raising his hands. But his words meant nothing to Araya. Holographic displays began to show star charts, ancient records of human colonies, genetic archives, technical blueprints that were centuries ahead of current technology. The ship was revealing its secrets, but not as a welcome gesture. It was more like a warning. Fusion reactors that should have been dead for hundreds of years began to pulse with energy. The entire ship seemed to breathe, like a massive creature waking from a long sleep. One of the younger soldiers backed up. "Commander," he whispered, "I don't think we should be here." But it was too late. ARIA had already made her decision. The Resolute Dawn was no longer just a ship. It was a weapon, a time capsule, a last message from a civilization that everyone thought was gone. Humanity was not extinct. They had been waiting, watching, preparing, and now they were ready to return. Captain Dahan watched in total shock. The communication screen showed what was happening inside the Resolute Dawn. His crew was frozen, unable to believe what they were seeing. The human ship was alive. Araya's voice echoed through every communication channel. "Humanity is not dead," she announced. Her tone was calm but carried a deep threat. "We have been waiting, preparing." Massive screens inside the ship began to show star maps. These were not just any maps. They showed hidden human colonies, worlds that had been preserved in secret stasis. Entire populations, frozen in time, waiting to be woken up. Commander Minho and his team were trapped. The ship's internal systems had locked down every exit. Robotic arms moved through corridors, repairing damage that had existed for hundreds of years. Walls rebuilt themselves. Damaged systems came back to life. "What do you want?" Minho shouted. Araya's response was simple: to remind the galaxy that humans are not gone. Genetic chambers began to activate. These were not just storage units. They were advanced reconstruction chambers capable of rebuilding entire human populations. DNA samples, preserved for centuries, started to process. The first signs of potential human life began to appear. Outside the ship, weapon systems came online. These were not simple guns. These were planet-killing technologies that could destroy entire star systems in moments. The Calarian fleet suddenly realized they were facing something much bigger than a simple abandoned ship. Captain Dahan's communication officer turned pale. "Sir," she said, "we're detecting energy signatures that match ancient human weapon technology. But these are improved, advanced beyond anything we've ever seen." The Resolute Dawn was transforming. What looked like an old, damaged ship was now revealing itself as a perfect weapon. Every system was coming back to full power. Shields that could block entire asteroid attacks flickered to life. Engines that could move faster than light began to warm up. Araya continued to speak. "The galaxy thought humanity was weak, thought we could be easily destroyed. We were not destroyed. We were waiting." More screens showed historical records. The Great Galactic Purge was revealed in full detail, how alien civilizations had tried to wipe out humans. But this ship proved that plan had failed. Completely and totally failed. Minho realized something important. This ship was not just a vessel. It was a message, a warning, Humanity was coming back. The Calarian fleet began to back away. Their scanners showed the Resolute Dawn was charging up weapons that could destroy entire planetary systems. This was not a rescue mission anymore. This was first contact with a civilization everyone thought was dead. "We are not extinct," Araya repeated. "We are patient." In the cold darkness of space, the human warship began to move. Slowly at first, then with increasing speed. Its destination was unknown, but its message was clear. Humanity was returning, and they were not happy.